Hi everyone, welcome to Friday night, and this is Kids Yoga. My name is Sarah, if you've never joined me before, and we are going to do a kids class today, but everyone is welcome, so the poses are accessible for everyone, and just add some fun kid commentary. So today, this is my little avocado friend. So I was cleaning and I found him today, and he's super soft, and it made me think that lots of times it's nice to have something, like lots of kids or adults, teenagers, whoever, have stuffed animals that they keep with them. And one good thing you can always do, maybe if you have a bigger one, is you can just squeeze it really tight and then let it go, right? And that helps your body just to calm down. It helps squeeze and then release. Let your body relax. And it also helps, especially right now when you maybe can't give everybody you want to hug a hug right now. So you can always hug your stuffed animal. So if you have one and you want it to join us today, feel free. My little avocado here will be sitting with me somewhere over here. So I have my stuffed animal. I have my blocks, and I have my mat. So whenever you're ready, meet me on your mat. You can grab those things if you haven't already. Here, we're going to put a little avocado right over there against the wall. Perfect. And just find a comfortable seat on your mat. Move around till you feel nice and settled. Okay, you don't have to sit in the same position I am. You can sit on your knees. Your legs can be out straight. You can sit in a chair if this is uncomfortable. Whatever you want, really. So today, each week we've been doing these Mindful Kids cards. So today's is called Mountain Rising. Okay, and this is going to help us to grow strong and steady. That's the goal. So sitting nice and straight. So you really want to feel like your hips are rooting down into the ground, right? And your spine is nice and long. So your the crown of your head, right? The top of your head is a crown. It's right where you put a crown. Is reaching up towards the ceiling. Like someone has a little string and they're pulling you up like a puppet. So your spine is super long, right? You're working all these muscles. But keep those shoulders down away from your ears. So you don't want your shoulders up here like this, right? Because that's not very comfortable. So let your shoulders relax down. That crown is reaching up. Good. And then begin to take some nice deep breaths. Long inhales in through your nose. And then exhale back through your nose. Good. Take a big inhale in like you're smelling the beautiful spring flowers. And then blow out your nose. I meant to blow out your mouth, but either way, out of your nose or out of your mouth is fine. This time we're going to inhale. We're going to breathe in like we're smelling our flowers, and then we're going to blow out like we're blowing out birthday candles. It's my daughter's birthday today, so we've done that a couple times already today. So inhale, smell the flowers. Exhale, blow out the candles. Nice job. Hopefully you got them all out. Good. Taking 2 more breaths, right? So you just take 2 more breaths. You can inhale and exhale however you want. If you want to blow out candles, whatever. Good. So now we're going to imagine that you are a mountain. So imagine that you're a mountain and you're rising up out of the ocean. Okay? And your head is the top of the mountain. Top of the mountain. Raise your arms and fingers. Keep your fingers apart. Lift your arms up over your head. Lift your mountain higher. Lift, lift, lift. Keeping those shoulders away from the ears, right? So reaching the fingers up there nice and wide. Reach, reach, reach. Good. Holding here. Nice solid mountain. keep reaching. You can bring your hands together if you want, but you can keep them apart. It's up to you. So now notice if you have any thoughts or any worries while you're sitting here breathing. Nice solid mountain. And whatever those thoughts or worries, I want you to see them as tiny waves that are crashing on the base of our mountain, right? The waves that are crashing at the bottom of our mountain. And then breathe in. And then we're going to breathe out. We're going to blow those waves away from the bottom of our mountain. Right? Do you ever blow water and it just kind of moves like that? So that's what we're doing. We're moving our worries away from our mountain. One more time. Breathe in. And blow those waves. And now watch the water, our calm ocean around us. It is still and quiet because we just blew away all those worries. Lowering your arms, if you didn't lower them when I did, lower those arms and bring your hands to your knees and take 2 more nice long mindful breaths, right? So inhale in through that nose and slowly exhale. Good. This time, breathe in. See if you can inhale for 5 seconds. Inhale. And then exhale for 5. Nice job. Perfect. Move that cat out of the way. Bring your hands to your knees. Inhale to open your heart. And then exhale to round. Picture a big basketball right in your belly, pushing you in. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, open your heart. And exhale to round your spine. Nice job. Coming right back to neutral. And now we're going to create a rainbow. Apparently, we're going to be lots of weather today. Today is going to be all about the weather. So we're going to inhale our right arm up and over and hold here for a second, and then exhale, sweep the other arm all the way on the other side, right? So you're making like a beautiful rainbow with the arms. Nice rainbow. Envision all those colors of the rainbow. Right? Think of what those colors remind you of. Red, like an apple maybe. Orange reminds me of a basketball. Yellow is maybe the sun. Orange, yellow, green like the grass. Blue like the ocean. And purple, I don't know what purple reminds me of. Purple, like, how about a plum? Good. One more time on each side. Just warming up those arms and the sides of our bodies. Good, and then bring your shoulders up towards your ears and roll them back. And again, up and roll back. And take one hand, so take your right hand to your left knee. So you're going opposite hand and knee. So nice, cross your body. And your other hand's going to come right behind you and just gently twist towards the knee that you're holding. Nice, gentle twist. Let your spine stay nice and long so your face sort of goes wherever you're twisting towards. Nice full twist here. And then reach your arms up and over and switch sides. Okay, so just like we did earlier with our crown, so keep that crown on the whole time that we are working today in our class. So that crown is always reaching up and strong. And come back to center and shake it all out. Maybe move. Make some waves with your arms. Good. And then we're going to drop our ear to our shoulder. Just gently. Obviously, mine doesn't touch. Maybe your ear touches your shoulder. But just gently so you can feel the stretch in the opposite side of your neck. And then switch sides. Nice and gentle here. And then look down. So bring your chin right to your chest and let your gaze go down so you're looking at your legs. And come up and then look up. You don't have to drop your head way back, but just look up. And come back and then move your whole face to one side. So you're looking to one side like someone tapped you on the shoulder and you're looking over that way. And the other side. And then someone taps you on this side and look back. They tap you over here and you look back. Good. And then maybe, if it's comfortable, make a couple circles with your head. So gently circle your head all the way around. And then stop and go the other way. Circle around. Nice job. And come back. And then just take your wrists and circle your wrists. And switch sides. Good. And then maybe, so place your hand palm up. It doesn't matter which hand. And your other hand's going to come to those fingers. And just gently pull down on the fingers, stretching your wrist. And then switch hands. The other hand comes straight up and stretch that wrist. Nice. And put your hands together and push them together. Push them together, stretching those wrists. Interlace those fingers and push out. Stretching in the opposite direction. And then bring that stretch overhead. And then let it go. Maybe little dancey fingers can come down. Nice work. Now we are going to make our way into our tabletop. So you can place your hands on the floor and just roll over your feet coming to that tabletop. So for our tabletop, I'm messing up my mat here, our knees are right under our hips. Our wrists are right under our shoulders. Nice flat table. You could serve some delicious cake on this table today. And then just move side to side. Okay. I always picture myself as like a lion in this position, not like a dog or cat, because it's something that's like quiet and like stealthy and just moving super like elegantly, nonchalant, just moving around, stretching in the morning. Good, and come back to that neutral. And we're going to reach our right arm forward. Just our right arm. And then bring it down. And then our left arm reaches forward. Keep the gaze towards your fingers on the floor. And come down. And then reach that right foot back. Keeping those hips nice and square. And down. And then the left reaches back. And down. Good. Now let's add some of those together. So this time our right arm and our left leg are going to reach. Pulling that belly button in, right? So think of that string again, right? Like the string that's pulling our head up. Think of that. There's a string that goes through your belly and it's pulling your belly button up. So your belly button's trying to come up towards your back. And come down. And switch sides. Left arm forward. Right leg back. And that belly button's being pulled in and up. Right? And maybe your arms start shaking a little. That's okay. Right? It means you're working super hard. And come down. And again, move side to side. Good. And then we're going to thread our needle. So we're going to do a little shoulder stretch here. So we are going to take our left arm. We're going to reach it up towards the ceiling. And we're going to bring it under our right arm, right? Threading like we're threading a needle. And then we're going to come down to that left shoulder. And our right hand. You can walk forward if we want. You can rest your head on the mat if that's comfortable. Just relaxing here. Stretching the outside of that shoulder. One more breath. And then bring that right hand back. Push into your right hand. And come right back to the tabletop. Nice job. Other side. So this time we reach our right arm up. And we thread our right arm under our left. Come to the outside of that right shoulder. And our left fingers can walk forward. And if you want, you can rest your head on the mat. And just breathing here. And left fingers come back. And back to our tabletop. And then come to sit on the knees. So just sitting on our knees like this. And we are going to take our cow face arms. Okay? So our legs are just going to stay the way they are right now. We're not going to do our cow face legs right now. So we're going to bring, right arm is going to come up. And just bend it at the elbow like you're patting yourself on the back. Nice job. Your left arm is going to come behind you and bend. And it's going to reach up for those fingers, right? I'll turn so you can see my hands behind me. So your fingers are reaching for each other. If they don't touch each other, that's okay. If they do touch each other, that's okay too, okay? So if they don't touch, you can just grab your shirt and just sort of pull here. And just stretch those arms. Feel it in your shoulders. And then slowly come out. And just wiggle those arms. And other side, our left arm comes up. And then pat yourself on the back. So you should see that tricep right here, right? And your right arm's going to bend up and reach for those left fingers. One side, you might be able to grab your fingers on one side and not the other. See, this side is my side that I cannot reach. My fingers do not reach. And that's okay, right? Because our muscles are different on both sides of our body. And one side is always more flexible than the other. So just stretching. Mine aren't anywhere near each other, but you can't really tell. Good, and slowly come out. This looks like an octopus. Octopus arms it out. Good, and bring your hands to your knees and then sit up on those knees. So we're standing on our knees. Yes, we're all good? Okay, so we are going to I'm going to take my left foot out to the side. Just like this, right? So my legs make like a triangle, right? And my arms are going to come out to my sides. And I'm going to hinge down. Coming to our gate pose here. Reaching those fingers up towards the ceiling. You should feel it all the way from these fingers all the way down to the knee that's on the floor, right? You can feel the stretch all the way down. And come back up. And bring that right hand to your hip and reach that left arm up. Good. And this you got to use a little bit more balance here, right? Because you got to keep yourself upright because we're going in a little bit opposite direction than your body wants to go right now. Come back up and bring that foot in. And other side. Switching to the other side. Right leg can come out. Arms come out to a T and then hinging down. Reaching up, feeling that stretch all the way down here. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And coming back, left hand on our hip, right arm reaches over. Nice job. I hope we're starting to feel nice and loose. And coming back, arms can come to our hips. And knees are down. Perfect. So from here, we are going to make our way into a plank pose. Okay? So we're going to plant our hands on the mat. And we're going to step our feet back. You can step them back 1 foot at a time. Coming so we look like a plank, like a board. Nice and long and straight. And then we're just going to rock to our toes. And then rock back, pushing our heels towards the floor. And then rock to our toes. And rock back. Good. And drop your knees. But keeping, see how my spine is still long here. So I'm not coming back to that tabletop. I'm keeping my hips flat. Uncurl your toes. And we're going to lower all the way to the mat. Bringing our elbows in. Lowering down like a little elevator, pushing into the tops of the feet, lifting your head and your chest up, looking around, coming to our cobra pose. Right? A cobra is a type of snake. So picture yourself slithering through the grass. Maybe it's a nice sunny day. I'm being very wishful with my thinking there, seeing as it's going to snow soon. Good. And then lower down. Your cobra's going to hide. And then peek back up and look around. You can always make some snake noises, some hisses. Stick your tongue out. And lower down. Good. And then make your way back to that table. Curl your toes. And we're going to go to our first down dog. So bend, pressing into those feet. Our hips reach up and back, right? So you look like a letter V, just upside down. You're upside down, letter V. Can you think of any words that begin with V? Victory. I have the word Valerie in my head. I'm not sure why. Vanilla. Voyage. That's all I got. Hopefully you guys can come up with some more. Violet. Good. Think of a couple more words in your head while we hold our down dog. Maybe you walk your dog a little, bending one knee and then the other. Right? Think of that last V word if you can. Any more words that begin with that letter that we're making with our body? And then walk your feet all the way up to meet your hands. Coming into a forward fold, right? So you can bend your knees here as long as your heart is lower than your hips. And you can hang your arms down. Your hands can touch the floor. Maybe you grab opposite elbows. Let your head and neck just swing. Maybe you rock side to side. Swaying here. Sometimes I like to bring my hands behind my knees. You can do that. And then releasing the hands. Bringing those hands to our shins. Coming to a flat back. Right? It always reminds me of, like, I don't know why it reminds me of this. Dora the Explorer, right? And you can be exploring. To Dora. No, maybe not. And down. And then roll all the way up. Coming to stand in our mountain pose. Okay, so we practiced being a mountain at the beginning, right? But we were a sitting mountain. So now our feet are rooting into the ground. Our feet are at the bottom of the ocean. And our legs are part of the mountain, and our torso, and our shoulders, and our arms. And reach our arms up super high. Nice strong mountain. Picture that water splashing at our feet. And hands can come to heart center. Nice job. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. And reach those fingers up. And we're going to exhale. We're going to fold forward all the way down. This time, keep those hands clasped together and just release your pointer fingers. And now, picture yourself like an elephant, right? This is our giant trunk. I can't think of what an elephant says right now, right? Drink some water. They like to spray the water. And release your hands. And slowly roll back up. Nice work. Bringing our big toes together. You can keep your heels a little bit separated. We should be standing nice and tall. And then we're going to sink down like we're sitting in a chair. Right? So sinking into our chair pose. Bring your hands to your hips to start. So sink down. Maybe picture yourself at school. How do you sit at your desk? Maybe you put your hands like this and sit at your desk. Maybe they're like this and your head's like... Maybe you're thinking and watching the teacher, right? Maybe you're sitting like this and pretending that you're listening. Take whatever school pose you can think of right now while you're sitting in that chair. Good. And then stand back up out of our chair and maybe shake it all out. One more time. We're going to sit in that chair one more time. Ready? And sit into a chair. And maybe pose on the other side. Maybe, I'm trying to think what I just did on the other side. Maybe your hands are here. Maybe you like to sit like this in your chair. Right? Maybe you put your fingers on your desk and make noise. Doop, doop. And stand back up. Release. And shake it all out. Good work. We are going to step our left foot back. So from where you're going to step your left foot back and you're going to come to a high lunge. So that back toe is going to be on the floor, but the back heel is going to be lifted. And both of your hips are facing the front of your mat. Just like this. Good. And then sink down. And straighten those legs. And then bend that knee. Good. Left arm reaches forward. Our right arm's going to reach back. Nice twist. Keeping our hips forward. Twisting to the side. Good. And come back. Bring both arms up. And then clasp those hands together and place them behind, right at the bottom of your head, right at the base of your skull, like a pillow. So imagine you're laying down and then just rest your head onto those hands. And maybe you look up, right? Maybe you lay like this on the beach when you're looking up at the sun, trying to get a tan. Oh, and then come back up. Release. Hands come to hips and then open to our warrior two. So our back foot is now going to be parallel with the back of our mat. Okay, and our front foot's still pointing forward, but that front hip seems a little bit open. So you should feel this in your hip, right? So your arms can reach out. Your gaze can go over those front fingers. Nice. And we're going to bring that back hand forward and pull it back and let it go. One more time. Pull it back and let it go. Maybe pretend you're shoveling, right? You can do a little shoveling in there. Flip that front palm and then paint the sky with a rainbow, reaching all the way back. Back to stand. Nice job. Bring your hands to your hips. Straighten your legs and bring both feet to the same direction. So now you side, make like a starfish. Arms come out to the sides. And then wrap your arms around you. Give yourself a nice big hug. Good. And then arms out. And then wrap the other arm on top. Nice big hug. Try not to fall over. And then back out. One more time. Wrap it around. Maybe move side to side. And last one. Good. Arms reach out. And just hinge down. Right, reaching up and over. Coming back to stand. Good. And now our left toes are going to point towards the back of our mat. Right? So we're doing the same warrior two. We're just facing the other direction now. So coming back to that warrior two, sinking down. Good. And then bring that arm forward and around. Arm up and around. One more time. And around. You can shovel on this side too if you want. And then flip that front palm and reverse. Painting the ceiling. Coming back. Nice job. So bring those hands to the hips and now we're going to make our way into that high lunge. So our right toes are going to turn, right? So you might have to do a little adjusting and that's okay. Coming to the back of your mat in that lunge. Good. And then we straighten, sink down. One more time, straighten, sink down. And then interlace those fingers again, right behind your head. Whoa, try not to fall over. And gaze can go up. Good job. Back to neutral. Release. And then hop your feet right into the middle. Coming back to the center of your mat. And you can shake those legs out. Nice work. Rooting into one foot. I'm going to pick my left foot and I'm going to lift my right. So you can choose whichever one you want. Doesn't matter what side we start on. So we're going to root down into one leg first. And we're going to keep that leg super strong. And we're going to lift our other foot up. Good. And just balancing right here. Okay, so I'm lifting my right leg. So my left arm's going to come to the outside of that right leg. And my right arm's going to reach back. This is called a dancing Shiva pose. Balancing nice and careful. Good, and come back. And then take that foot and place it on your leg into a tree pose. See how long you can balance. Grow your branches up. Maybe they grow side, maybe they're blowing in the wind. Branches are growing. However, which way you want. You can have crazy branches. One more breath. And release down. Nice job. And just switching sides. So now I'm going to root into my right foot and lift my left knee. My hands like to stay at my hips to start with. It helps me with my balance. So feel free to do that. So my left knee comes up. My right arm comes across. My left arm goes back. Flexing my feet like I'm going to step right up onto a stair. But I'm holding my leg. You can even move your gaze to that back hand. But whenever you move your eyes, it makes the balance a little bit harder. Good. And releasing, coming back, and placing that foot into our tree pose. And growing some branches. Maybe they grow up. Maybe they go sideways. Maybe they stay straight. Whatever you want. Maybe your leaves are blowing in the wind. One more round of breath. Inhale. And exhale down and wiggle it all out. Perfect. You guys are doing so great. So let's again step that left foot back. Coming to that high lunge. High lunge. Good. Open to that warrior two. Super strong. Reverse. And come back. And we're going to go right into our side angle. So we're going to reach forward. And we're going to bring that right arm to that right leg. And that left arm reaches up. Coming to that side angle. Good. And come back up and straighten that foot. Straighten that knee and reverse our triangle. Come back to stand. And now we're going to go into our triangle, reaching forward and hinging down. Remembering to take those deep breaths as we hold here. Come back up and bend that knee to reverse. Nice job. Back to stand and then both feet facing the same direction. This time, toes point out and our heels point in. So our feet are kind of going out like this. Then we're going to sink our hips down and come to our horse pose. Nice job. Maybe bounce here a little. Maybe move. Lift one heel and then the other. One more time. Maybe lift both heels. Maybe your arms come up. Woo. Good. And stand back up. And then point those left toes towards the back of your mat. Coming to that warrior two. Flip. And reverse. Side angle. So reaching forward. Left arm comes to that front left knee. Right arm reaches up. Super strong. See how my fingers are like, pew, pew, like I could shoot lasers right on my fingers. They're strong and they're reaching up. And reverse, straightening that front knee to reverse our triangle. And coming right to stand and coming into our triangle. So reaching forward and then hinging down. Feeling how strong our legs are here, but also the stretch in those legs, right? Our legs are holding us up while we're moving around. It's pretty impressive. And reverse, bending that front knee. Coming back to stand. And moving those feet forward. This time we're going to bring our feet just a little bit closer together. So a little bit more than hips width. Right? So about the length of your mat, the long way. So, well, if you're standing on your mat, the long way is this way. It's about that length. And we're going to come into a squat pose. So we're going to bend our knees. And you can use your hands can come here. We're going to bend our knees and we're going to come all the way down to our squat pose. You don't want your heels to come up though. So if you have to be up higher, that's okay. Maybe those elbows rest on your knees. Right? So think of yourself like a little frog that's just about to jump. Right? Ribbit. Maybe just move side to side. Bring your hands down and come back to those knees. And sit for a minute. Nice work. Take a couple deep breaths here. Inhale. Arms reach up. Exhale to heart. Good. One more time. Inhale. Exhale to heart center. Perfect. Bring those hands to those knees. I just like to rock a little here. It helps. Just let my muscles get warmed up. And then we're going to grab, if you have some blocks, grab them. If you don't, that is okay. And we're going to come to stand on those knees again. Bringing our blocks. I need to use my blocks for this pose. But I'll teach you how to do it. Even if without the blocks, I'll give you some different choices. So I like to put them on the outside of my heels or the outside of my ankles. My hands come right to my hips. Okay, so we should be standing, our bodies in one nice straight line here. My hands come right to my lower back, right? So like, imagine sticking your hands in the back pockets of your pants, right? So you're wearing jeans. Resting right there on your back. Gonna inhale, and on your exhale, you're gonna push your hips forward. And just arch just a little bit, right? Maybe you look up towards the ceiling. Good. This is our camel pose. And come back up. Nice. So now, you can do that same thing every time we do this. And that's okay. So if you don't have blocks and you want to do that, you can do that. It's the same pose. Okay? So you're still working the same pose. So pushing forward. But this time, if you have blocks, or you want to grab your feet, you can reach back with your hands and push up. Good. If you're super flexible, you can bring your hands all the way down to your ankles, like so. And come up and sit back on our heels and make your way into a child's pose. So bring your big toes together. Your knees can come to the outsides of your mat. Sink those hips down to your heels, so like you're sitting on your heels. And then walk your hands forward. And rest your head down on the mat. Let your arms reach forward. And just rest here. Maybe you're a rock. Some hail. I'm trying to think of what we could be. Something nice and quiet. Maybe you're a super quiet bunny that's hiding. Maybe he has little bunny ears here. And walk your hands to the right side, a little stretch. And come back to the center. And walk your hands to the left. And back to center. And then walk the hands back up. Nice work. So one more sequence before we do our floor exercises. So come back to that tabletop. And we are going to step our right foot between our hands. So it's going to come forward like this. Okay. So again, if you have those blocks, you can use them here. You don't have to. But if you want to, you can use your blocks here, sinking into those hips, and then keeping that torso nice and up. You don't have to use your blocks. You can place your hands on that front thigh if you want. Or you can keep your hands on the floor even. It's up to you. And then we're going to plant our left hand either on a block or on the floor, on the inside of that right foot, and then reach that right arm up. Nice gentle twist. Make sure that your hips are staying nice and square. So you don't want to pop your hip out. You want your legs to stay exactly the same. So you're just turning, twisting here from like your belly button. Good. Reach up and come down. And then walk. If you want to use the blocks, walk them back and straighten into that front leg. Coming into our half split. Okay. If you are, I don't know, just young and flexible, or a dancer, do gymnastics, and you want to go into a full split, you can do that here too. So what you would do is you would just begin to walk that front foot forward and just sink down. I can go all the way down, but you can go as far as is comfortable for you, or you can stay in that half split. Good. Whichever you are in, slowly make your way back to that tabletop. Perfect. And then we're going to take a couple of cat-cows here, just because we did some stretching of our spine. So on our inhale, we're going to drop our belly and look up. And on our exhale, we're going to round our spine. Right? Just like an angry cat, you know, when they hiss and their hair rises on their back. And then inhale, gaze goes up. Exhale to round. One more time. Cow, feel free to moo here. And cat, feel free to meow. Meow. Then come back to center. Nice. Other side. So left foot steps between our hands. Nice. Just like we did the first time. And we're going to sink into those hips. So again, if you want to use those blocks, feel free. If not, you don't need them. Okay? So it's totally a choice. And if you're using blocks, it doesn't mean that you can't do anything, right? Sometimes they just are helpful, right? I use them sometimes in poses that I can do really well to help me stretch more, okay? So using the blocks doesn't mean it's because you can't do a pose. They're really helpful and they really are there to support you. And then walk back and straighten that left knee. Good. And again, if you want to go into a fuller split, you can put your blocks and then begin to walk that left foot forward. Maybe that right knee scoots back into your split. Mine is very unimpressive. So, whatever your level of flexibility is there, follow that. And coming back into that seated position. Nice job. Perfect. When you are ready, find a seated position back on the floor. Good. Put the soles of your feet together, making our butterfly wings, and just rock side to side. Good. And flap the wings. Nice. And then plant your left hand on the mat and reach your right arm up. And switch sides. Good. And coming back to center, grabbing those feet, pushing the elbows in towards the knees. Maybe feeling more of a stretch in those hips right there. Keeping your spine nice and long, right? You don't want to hunch down like this. You want to keep your spine nice and long, right? We're still wearing that beautiful crown. So we don't want it to fall off our head when we go like that, right? We want our spine to be nice and long. Good. And then bring those knees in and straighten them out in front of you. And then just shake them out. Shake them up. Awesome. We're going to keep our left leg nice and straight. You can flex in that foot and then cross the right leg over. Good. So far, so good. So now what we're going to do is we are now going to take the cow face legs. We did the arms earlier. Sorry. So our right leg is over our left. Now we're going to bend our left back so that basically our feet, it kind of looks like a bow. So our knees are on top of each other in the middle, and both of our feet are going out to the side. So we kind of like we tied our legs in a beautiful little bow here. Good. And just sinking into our hips here. Maybe interlacing those fingers, reaching them up. Nice work. Placing them on your head, right? And then still reaching that head up, right? So you can really feel your spine lengthening here because you're trying to push it down and your spine's lengthening anyway. And release. And so there's a really cool little trick here. I'm not sure I can do it though. So if you want to drop, so you want to plant your right foot, right? And your hands are going to come around. You're going to just up and turn. And your legs will come back in the opposite side. If that did not work, and that's okay, your right leg is long, left leg crosses over, and then bend that right foot back. Good. Coming to that cow face legs on the other side. This time, maybe clasp your hands behind you. Reach so your shoulders are opening back, your heart is opening. Good. Maybe look up. Perfect. Release the hands and let those legs go. Wiggle them out. Nice job. So I'm going to grab a block. You do, again, never do you need a block, but if you have one and you want to use it, bring it down towards you, and we're going to come down to our back. Okay, so you're going to lower down to your back. Bending the knees. Planting the feet. Good. And then, if you want to use a block, push into your feet to lift your hips and just place your block underneath you. Nice. And just rest your hips down. Good. If you're not using a block, you can just lift your hips up towards the ceiling. And that's okay. Maybe try to lift that left foot. And then lower it. And then try to lift that right foot and lower it. Push the hips up. If you're not using a block, you can relax down. Good. Walking those feet to the outsides of the mat and just let your knees knock together in the middle. Maybe windshield wiper your legs side to side. Good. One more time. We're going to do one more bridge. Or you can do a wheel. So, you can. I will give you all the choices. Push into your hands and lift those hips. You can use a block, or you can not use a block. So if you want to choose this option, please feel free. If you would like to take a wheel, again, make sure that this is something that you can do independently by yourself, or someone is there to help you. Hands are going to come right by your ears. Fingers pointing towards the feet. Pushing into the feet and the hands. You're going to lift your hips up. Coming into a wheel pose. Good. And then gently lower down. Coming on, not coming down onto the top of the head. And bringing the soles of the feet together. Letting those knees splay open. Supta Baddha Konasana. Reclining bound angle. And just resting here for a minute. Good. Nice work. Bring those knees together and hug those knees in towards your chest. Hug them in and rock side to side. Nice. And we're going to keep our right knee hugged in and let our left leg go long down our mat. Okay? Just like that. Yep. Pull that knee in. Then our left hand's going to come to our right knee and pull it across our body. But you really want to keep both shoulders on the mat. Nice work. A final twist. And come back to the middle. Both knees come in. And rock side to side. This time, left knee comes in, right leg goes long. Right hand comes to that left knee and pulls it across your body, keeping that left shoulder onto the mat still. Okay, so that left knee doesn't have to come all the way down to the ground. You're just pulling it across your body for a nice little twist. Nice, coming back, knees in, rock, rock, rock. Woo, maybe make some circles with your knees, and then switch and go the other way. Perfect. And our last pose is called waterfall. So, a few different options. One, you can place a block right underneath your lower back and lift your feet up. And just chill right here. Or you can do this up against a wall, okay? So you can just push your bum up towards the wall and your legs can go straight up the wall. Either way, whatever one is more comfortable. I will stay in this one today. And just relax, right? Maybe circle your ankles. And switch directions. Nice. Point and then flex. The opposites. Good. I don't know about you, but I spend lots of time on my feet all day long. And they get tired. So this pose just gives them a nice little rest. Right? They're not used to being way up here. Helps us change our perspective. Right? And perspective is how we see things. So if we can change how we see things sometimes, right? Maybe we can get some new ideas. Right? See how our feet feel. Good. And then pretend you're pedaling a bicycle. That's what I was looking for, pedaling. You're pedaling a bicycle. Good. And pedal a little bit faster. Ride your bicycle. Ride it. I could not ride a bike that fast, but. And then switch and go backwards. Backwards. Uh-oh. Rode past an important street sign. We missed it. And rest those feet up. Good. Bend the knees and bring your feet back down. Perfect. And then make your way into your final resting pose of Shavasana. So your legs can just be long down your mat. Your arms are by your sides. You can close your eyes. And just let it go. Begin to relax. And our card for the end of class is called Floating Smiles. Okay? So you're lying on your mat, your eyes are closed, and you're breathing softly and slowly and mindfully. Okay? So now imagine that you're floating on a raft down a gentle stream. That sounds lovely. Right? So when you're laying on a raft in the water, you really are just so relaxed, right? You're not doing any work. The water is holding you up in the raft and you are just there, right? You're just along for the ride. If a thought comes into your mind, let it float away like a leaf on the water. Smile with each breath. So smile, right? Notice how your face changes when you smile. You have to use different muscles to smile. Do your cheeks move up? Do your lips open? Does your jaw relax when you smile? Do your eyes lift? So just picture it. Take a big smile. And just notice what happens. Your cheeks, your eyes, everything. Does your mouth open? Keep breathing and smiling. Pay attention to any changes in your body. Can you feel your smile in your heart? Good. Imagine you're smiling. The sun is shining down on you. You are calm and relaxed, at peace. Hopefully you are warm. Everything feels there's no tension in your body. And relax on your raft for as long as you need. And you can take that inner smile with you when you end this exercise, right? Because no matter what, when we smile, eventually it makes us feel better, okay? Right, so if you always frown, it goes with your mood. So when you smile, right, it helps to lift your spirit. It lifts your face up. It uses different muscles. And sometimes, especially if you're sad, it can trick your mind into being like, you know what, maybe I am happy. And if we do that enough, we will be happy, right? We will be in a good mood. And slowly begin to bring some life back into those fingers and toes, wiggling fingers and toes nice and slowly. Pull your knees into your chest and roll to one side of your body, letting go of whatever does not help us right now. So whatever is not serving us. So if we were sad or worried or any of those feelings that are not helping us right now, feel them, acknowledge, let them go, roll to one side, and start again. This pose lets us begin a whole new day, right? Every day is brand new. It's the magic of the day. And when you're ready, come to a seated position on your mat. Hands can come to heart center. Have your thumbs pressed right on your chest right there so you can feel it. Good. Take a nice big long inhale. And open your mouth. Exhale. Good. I'm going to do one little ring here. So keep your eyes closed. I'm going to ring the bell and just listen as long as you can. Imagine you're still floating. Perfect. Bring your thumbs to your third eye, your forehead center. And namaste. Thank you very much for coming. Have a wonderful night and a lovely weekend. Even if you have to shovel tomorrow, it should be beautiful on Sunday. See you next week.